Jabez was more honorable than his brothers. His mother had named him Jabez, saying, I gave birth to him in pain. Jabez cried out to the God of Israel, Oh, that you would bless me and enlarge my territory. Let your hand be with me and keep me from harm so that I'll be free from pain. And God granted his request. First Chronicles chapter number 4 and verse 9 to 10. God is going to grant you your request. Today, we continue with our series. This is key number 7 about the grace of multiplication. We are trusting God in this month of August. We shall be multiplied, or we shall be enlarged. Our territories are going to be extended. We shall be expanded. We shall be broadened. We shall be stretched out towards all the corners that the wind blows from, north, west, south, and east. We will no longer continue to be comfortable with normal. We will no longer accept the status quo. We have come to a point whereby we must see the sign of addition and multiplication in our affairs. I know there are very many people who are in deep stress because the money that they have, they are trying to budget on it, but their mathematics are not agreeing. They have a serious shortage in terms of the required financial numerical strength. Those are the kind of the people I'm speaking about when I'm prophetically declaring grace of multiplication. Jabez was more honorable than his brothers, just as you are. You look decent, you look sober, you look as if all is well. Compared with your peers, compared with your competitors, compared with your relatives, compared with your classmates, you look somehow better. But in real sense, you are functioning through pain. You are functioning through stress and depression. Because what is available is very little. You are just like Jabez. Simply because he had drawn a life of pain from his mother, because he adopted labor pain curse from his mother, because his birth had some complications, which led to his mother experiencing a lot of labor pain. And because of that, either knowingly or unknowingly, she invoked upon Jabez that pain she underwent, and Jabez's life was defined by pain, was defined by suffering. And he asked God. He asked God. And this is what I am prophesying today. Oh, that you would bless me and enlarge my territory. And that is a prayer I am declaring for you. So the key today for grace of multiplication is intense intercessory. Intense intercessory. What we call earnest prayers. Jabez cried out to the God of Israel. So intense intercessory or earnest prayer leads to enlargement of territory. There is nothing else recorded that God granted request of Jabez only on his prayer. He cried out. And I want us to enter into a place of crying out to God. That's why he tells Jeremiah in Jeremiah 33 and verse 3, call unto me, and I will answer you, and I will show you great and unsearchable things. That is ambiguity, spiritual ambiguity. So, let us enter into praying, and especially praying in the spirit, crying out, the prayer of crying out. Because once we are good and consistent in our prayer life, God shall grant our requests. God shall grant the desires of our hearts. And what was the desire of Jabez? Enlarge my territory. And I want to declare upon somebody who is thriving through pain, through suffering, through struggles, through difficulties, through hardships, and through oppressions and slavery. I want to declare that God is enlarging your territory. God shall enlarge the territory of your ideas and strategies. God will enlarge your territory in terms of salaries, commissions, deals. God will enlarge you in terms of opportunities. God will enlarge you in terms of promotion. God will enlarge you in terms of good remuneration. God will enlarge you in terms of customer flow. God will enlarge you in terms of sales. You will make more sales. And as a result of that, you will make more profit. God will enlarge you in terms of attendance, in terms of followers, in terms of participants. Because the more the people, the more is the resource gain. I am praying that may God enlarge your territory in terms of mindset, in terms of heart. May God enlarge your territory in terms of your bank account. If it only receives 10,000 per month, can God touch it with enlargement power and cause it to receive 10 million? If your M-Pesa only receives 5,000 per week, 6,000 per week, or 7,000 per week, can God touch the same M-Pesa account and start receiving 250,000 per week? Because nothing is impossible with God. The Lord just needs to touch the dimension that you are operating from. If it is in the business, He only needs to touch that business. You have increased customer flow, or you discover a new brand trading commodity, and by the time people are doing copy and pasting, you have made your catch. I decree and I declare, may God answer your prayers. May God grant you all your requests, because you are crying out to the God of Israel. You are crying out to Erohe. You are crying out to Yahweh. You are crying out to the living God. And the prayer we are making this season is enlarge our territory. May our territories be enlarged in Jesus' name.